Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer: The Silence and the Fury, where everything sounds like a goddamn nightmare. Today, we are beginning by attempting to defend our Herdstone against Marathi's army. I don't know how she even got here. Because she would have had to, in order to approach this from the north, she would have had to pass our armies, like, some kind of shenanigans are involved with this battle even happening in the first place. And I'm upset about it. But we're going to work it out on the field here. So, apparently, I get the benefit of the walls of Tor Ilir. We built the Herdstone inside the walls? Wild. I mean, that's a smart thing to do. It just never struck me that we would actually use the city. I figured it would always be a field battle. Okay, well, that's good news for us. So she's got a dragon. She's got a real dragon and a hydra, which is like, it's kind of like if you removed the wings from a dragon, but then you jammed a lot more dragon on there. It's pretty much, it's all dragon. We have actual defensive structures. This is wild. This is like a big castle, too. Okay. Huh. Alright. So she started her big stuff up over here. She's got some ranged units. She's got some dark shards. She has cavalry who are going to have a hard time contributing at first. We definitely need to make sure that both of our units of archers are up on this wall. Hold on a second. Let's pull y'all down. Archers up here. Alright. Now, we don't want to just leave our archers up here. Obviously, it's good to have the archers up here so they can fire down at the enemies. We also want to leave at least one real melee unit up here, and I guess you'll do. Just so that if they land a dragon, we can, start having at it. Unfortunately, a lot of our best units cannot fit on the wall, and so fighting on the walls is going to be a little, it's going to suck a little bit for us. But we need to have somebody up on the walls in order to run the towers. I'm going to bring these Bestigors over here. We probably want both of these units of Bestigors on this side because they have armor-piercing weapons and they will get on the wall. So if the dragon lands on the wall, we can run them up and do a thing. And aside from that, I guess this is as ready as we're getting. I don't know what we're going to do with these harpies. Let me control group the flyers. Yeah, I don't really have a sense of what to do with the harpies. And where is my caster? Probably the wrong spot. That's exactly not right. Why don't you just kind of go in the middle? Actually, over here. Probably over here. This is where things are going to be most contentious. Do we know how to operate a tower? No, it looks like no, I can't actually. Oh, no, there they go. All right, well. So we can aim the towers, and I do believe that we should be firing the towers at the Black Dragon as much as possible. Okay, you sadly do not have the dragon in your firing. Okay, yeah, just shoot at whatever then. Over on this side, I would really like the towers to focus on the War Hydra. It'd be cool if that was not a concern anymore on account of how dead it be. Let's make it dead, shall we? Where's my other unit of Minotaurs over on this side? They're probably not actually doing very much over here. I should have moved them. Because this is the side where, like, the War Hydra is going to punch through the War Hydra is going to punch through that gate, and we're going to have to actually fight on this side. I don't know how they're going to get through the gate over here. I don't think they are. I think they're just going to fly at me. Get him. Okay, turns out we don't really know how this stuff works. Not a lot of accuracy here. We're getting some hits on those archers. Not like a lot of hits. They showed that guy who's boss. It's us. They're doing magics. Not really a ton I can do about it, sadly. Alright, so they're approaching real slow on this side. All right, let's move up to the wall. We're gonna do a little bit of casting over the wall here, because what they're gonna do now is they're gonna try to climb this wall and engage me up here, I think, and we can perhaps do a thing about that. Okay, you got to get way closer. I wanted to be in kind of a central-ish position because I didn't know for sure what we were gonna want to do with the caster. Kind of depends on how they break and approach. But yeah, at this point, let's go ahead and get the Bestigors up on the wall. I think it is time. I don't know why I told those guys to get up there. Here come the dragon. Hey, that was pretty good. All right, so as they crest the wall, we are going to want to move our archers probably out of the way, because our archers do not melee very well. They are bad melee units. They're not great at archery either, but they're especially bad as melee units. Yeah, I guess let's just sort of flood the wall for the moment, and then we got this giant, and don't really have a plan with the giant. Their dragon is vomiting horrible dragon magics upon us, and there's nothing we can do about that, friends. That's just the world we live in. Over here, how are we doing on that Hydra? Okay, we did some real damage to that Hydra before it got through. Okay, we have some anti-large stuff. I'm hoping we can just carve this side of the battle up really fast. No real play over here, though. Yeah, this is ugly. Here comes Morathi herself. Oh, you want to fight down here. I don't know if you fully considered the ramifications of that decision. Crazy elf lady. Get her, giant. Bestigor herd, get up on the wall. Do not fight that elf lady. Okay, let's take a moment here to angle out another Vile Tide. Just gotta limit the number of elves that we are dealing with. How's gate holding? All right, so while they're hacking through the gate, obviously we're getting a lot of good damage out of the fort tower. They're just kind of standing in front of the towers, which is wrong. The word we usually use for that in the strategic community is wrong. That's the bad way to do that thing. So the Bestigors are up on the wall, and Bestigors will beat Dreadspears like very thoroughly. This is a terrible, terrible engagement for them. I don't think they really thought this through, if I'm being honest with you. Pretty solid. All right, the boars get in there and chomp that dragon, and it is not having a great time with that. All right, boars out of the way. Just gonna cycle charge a little bit here. No, get up on that wall. What did I tell you? Okay, the dragon's basically giving up. The giant is kicking the shit out of Morathi because of course it is. It's a giant. I mean, she's a legendary lord, but she's a wizard. This army that they brought to fight us is not bad, but they are using it terribly. Will they still win? I don't know. It's possible. I don't want to talk too much trash. Do we want to spend? I mean, I could fire it up here, I guess. This is maybe better. And then gate's still holding. Yeah, we got a minute on the gate. It'll warn us too when the gate's about to fall, so I don't need to keep such a close eye on it. All right, dragon is dead. All the Centaurs back. Ow. Boy, a single volley of archer fire. Centaur charge. Giant, keep chomping. Don't let her get away. Okay, so you're beating up those guys. You're beating up those guys. Yeah, most of their soldiers are not actually up to the task of fighting a unit of Bestigors. They did not bring their best units here. Okay, so like I said, we would receive a notification when the thing done occurred. I'm pretty sure that we want to let the Hydra come in. We don't want to meet it in the doorway with the giant because we want it to be in a position where we can charge it with the Minotaurs. So I'm going to make sure the Minotaurs are in sideways charging positions. And let's try to be ready for this. I assume the Hydra's just going to run right in because it's a Hydra. It's not like into strategy. And you may notice that it has already healed off some of the damage. That's how Hydras do. Oh, wow. Knocked my giant on his ass instantly. Okay, that's a pretty good charge, y'all. Oof, they're doing elf magic. The Hydra is a coward. Also, damn, look at the size of those boars. All right, that Hydra is permanently broken. That was remarkably fast. That's way faster than I was expecting that to go down. Did it die? I think it died. You know what's good is Minotaurs. Also giants, actually. All right, just get over there and start hacking. So where'd Morathi go? Is Morathi dead? Did she run? I don't see her. I don't see a corpse. Huh. Well, it's entirely possible. When you bring down the enemy lord, you generally get a notification to that effect. It's entirely possible that we did get that notification and I missed it because I was very focused on what was going on over there. It's fine. So yeah, this looks like it looks to me like they are losing. We have lost control of the gate to some extent. I'm going to pull all you back here so that you can't get sniped by... We're taking a lot of damage on our large units from their arrows, unfortunately. All right, the Shades with the Greatswords seem to be much better fighters. They're holding up a lot better against our dudes here. But pretty soon now, we're going to be done fighting on this side. Okay, yeah, that's good. You stay on them. They do have a lot of elf magic. I'll give them that. Okay, they surrendered. Really, really a lot better than I thought that was going to go. I thought there was a chance we would win, but we routed them. That was embarrassing. And we did kill her dragon and we did kill her Hydra, and it looks like she did, in fact, die. So the shattered remnants of this army are not going to be a threat to anyone. They're gonna get to back up and try to roll around, but like they can't settle anything because of the way that the ruination works, and they certainly are not going to be able to fight to their herdstone. They're going to have to probably sail home so that they can do proper recruitment before they are any danger to anyone again. So good work, everybody. Way to build the herdstone inside the walls of the city. It is obviously the correct thing to do, but you know, I just don't think of the Beastmen as a group of people who think defensively. Or a group of people, frankly. Sort of malevolent intent possessed by the herd. It's usually a little bit more about crushing, a little bit less about protecting. I guess give me some favor, because the garrison does not have a level of bestial fervor. Okay, that army's a little bit more real. That army is extremely not. That's just a single wizard. We should probably have somebody go and pick off Morathi just so that we don't have to worry about her doing shenanigans again. Like, I want all the enemies to be on one side of me if possible, but it's certainly not urgent. It's a big part of why I'm so annoyed about this. It's preventing me from having all the enemies on one side. How dare you? Okay, Chaos Warriors continuing to do Chaos Warrior stuff very, very slowly. It's a shame the garrison of the Herdstone can't just like sortie out and follow her. Oh, I hadn't performed the ritual here, so she was able to resettle a thing. Well, shit, Kazrak, can you please go fix that? I know I had a whole plan for him, but now his plan is different than that. Yeah, that's annoying. So now they have like a friendly settlement and they're actually able to heal up at a reasonable rate. I'm going to go ahead and just press the button on this. You got to perform your rituals. That's like the #1 thing that they teach you about rituals. I think we can still keep running at full speed over here. See, that's how you do that. Ride up on me. Okay, so the Bretonnians will be in a lot of trouble in a second here. Darphaean is kind of a real army. Got some Charybdises, which are like a Hydra, but not exactly like a Hydra, I guess. Some real actual military units. Probably not a force we want to take on by ourselves. That said, I don't know what your deal is. You're definitely dead. Okay, so maybe we make landfall, like, somewhere... You know what? Maybe I just get up here. Maybe we just use Morgar and Kazrak together to... It's really not a 2-army job. The thing is, this is not a 1-army job. You know what? Okay, let's sail up this way. We'll find a good place to land and sort of connect with the northern armies at some point here. Speaking of the northern armies... Yeah, there's no reason for you to do anything up here anymore. Let's just head south. Or east, I guess. Nah, Malagor doesn't need help. We have Karund Kar under control. You know, it does have a 20-unit garrison. And I guess I don't really want Akbar going very far by himself. Yeah, we'll head over this way just in case he's needed. Ak, the Rat Eater, can just annoy these units. Ooh. Well, that's a shame. Taking a decent character out of that army would have been a pretty good use of your turn, if only you were any good at your job at all. Alright. Yeah, I'm bummed out about that. Can't believe I hadn't hit the ritual button. I have to say, though, even with all of this, like, the Dark Elves are really not being as much of a problem as I thought they were going to be. Why did that army change lords? They booted their old lord for a new one, right? Because the name tag above the army changed. But it doesn't seem... They changed to a random level 7 guy? I get kicking out a weak leader of an army and replacing him with, like, a legendary lord who has just respawned or something. But that seems strange. Well, who can fathom The mind of the AI. Really? Okay, yeah, new guy definitely needs to report to the east. Apparently the Bretonnians want to make an issue of this. Boy, I sure hope this weakened Chaos Army isn't riding over to fight those Bretonnians, because they are just going to get thoroughly embarrassed. Alright, the situation has gotten a little bit more complicated than I thought. Okay, spending multiple turns at sea is good. So hold on. First things first, Akbar is definitely just moving toward Malagor. Next, let's try to damage these walls again. Okay. Good work. Way to use your head. Now that may not be enough to let Malagor just overrun the place. Nope, it looks like it is. Their walls are all messed up. 5 breaches. He put 5 holes in the walls by himself. You gotta admire the gumption. Alright, so that's done. We're gonna have to intercept this Bretonnian army. I have no idea what they're doing. Even more harpy points. Never enough harpy buffs. Okay, no resettling. This is the problem. We were not thorough enough before. Sadly, Galek cannot get where we're going this turn. Yeah, that's right. I have to ride all the way down there and reclaim Tor Ivres. Do I want to just... So we could just ride across and go into raiding mode and see if they'll attack us. They'll try to bring their 2 armies together and they can wander into the ambush. I'm stealing all your stuff. What's up now, nerds? Cannot assault. Oh, right. You're exhausted from the thing. Okay, I guess just ride down here. So, yeah, they used getting rid of that herdstone to settle a whole bunch of garbage over here. Well, that's very annoying. So now that we have another full-sized army reporting over here, I think actually we probably should bring Morgur back. Boy, where do I think they're going to try to make landfall? I think by Tor Enrock, maybe? I'm going to ride down here and get into ambush mode, and we're going to see. You know, assassinating's not for everybody. Okay, we almost have enough momentum to use the momentum button again, which I am very much looking forward to. Please do not reveal my hidden army. Okay. Our ambush chances are nice and high. It's pretty unlikely that enemies will see through us, but it does happen occasionally. Okay, interesting. He's just going straight for Morgur. And she thought she was gonna come and provide assistance. So it looks like there's a fair amount of stuff over here that's not unsettleable. We may need to put up another herdstone in this this northwestern area, just to make sure nobody ever sets foot on the island again. Although, actually, we may have trouble getting the ritual off. No, Lewin is running away. He knows. He knows what's up. He's not falling for this again. A break to Bordello is also just going to sail home. Everybody has decided that maybe we're making a huge mistake. Maybe let's just go back to Bretonnia. It's so nice and pleasant there. There are no beastmen at all for the moment. So I guess we can just take the northern armies and move them pretty much directly south. And then you're level 31. There's nothing that you still need. So we could try to fight them in the water, I guess. I'm just going to go reclaim the gate real quick. Dark Elves do, I believe, get some bonuses to combat in the water. They are a naval faction. So I think probably what we will do, since I don't even know what those bonuses, might be, and also I don't really want to fight a fair fight if I can avoid it, I think what we're going to do is just back off, let them come up on land, and then eat them next turn. And then we'll sail over and conquer all this noise. Alright, so I think you lot can just head southward, and Malagor is very good at doing beast path stuff. He likes to travel as the crow flies. So I think I'm just going to have you run... Hold on, is this better than normal walking? It is not. You can go ahead and run full speed that way. Malagor will catch up. There is no escape. Okay, well, she's easy enough to take down. Let's just go grab that for free. Just only the Gorgons took damage somehow. Alright, we knew that was going to be simple. So, reclaiming Tor Ivres quickly is probably a good idea. You can just burn Tor Korowali real quick. Yep, so I'm just going to have you hang out north of that in a position that Lewin almost certainly won't go to. We're not quite going to be able to reach this army to mess with them. Let's just try to remove some more eyes here. The more people that are around, the more likely it is that somebody will see through my ambushes at a moment when it's really inconvenient for that to happen, so... Is he gonna make it? Not quite. Well... Alright. Trilinia will give us... Okay. That's enough. So if I hit this, can I just start running again? Hell yeah. Momentum! Torox really is terrifying. Okay, I think that's a good place to stop for the turn. My guess is Lewin's just going to sail away. That's what I would do. I would run. I guess just you don't really have a role here, friend. Just annoy the people in this garrison for a while. And by annoy, I mean, of course, kill as many of them as you possibly can. Even though doing so will make no difference at all. Okay, yeah, so Whitefire Tor. No, this is uninhabitable. But there's stuff up here. Okay, the gates can be defiled. These ones do not count as defiled currently. Well, whatever. We'll just leave no people alive in this entire half of the map, and then we won't have to worry about them resettling it. There you go. That's the real plan. Okay, if he resettles the Griffin Gate, then obviously we have a very easy victory over them. No, he ran right up to it, but then did not do that for whatever reason. Huh. Well, we've managed to cut down the Cult of Pleasure considerably. How many settlements do they actually have left? Is it just these two? No, they own more stuff southward. Okay. Well, we're going to carve through all of that on our way to re-erect the Herdstone at Hexawatl anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Yep, and Lewin just leaves. That's the correct move. So I think we're gonna be done with Elf Time. Actually, pretty soon here, I think. We are just gonna have Torox and Galek sail east. I don't know exactly what the right way to approach Altdorf is going to be. Sailing up the River Reich is it feels dangerous. I'd like to get a Herdstone up somewhere nearby just so that we have like a base of operations to strike out from. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, this should be no problem at all. Yep, we got our ambush and everything. Okay, now west. Now we go west. Your melee defense is pretty bad. You really need more melee defense. And you don't need anything at all. Who doesn't love a good banquet? So we do have enough skill points to get to Deadly Onslaught. We don't have much more than that. And yeah, okay. Technically, that is still potentially a useful skill point. Alright, let's go ahead and crush Mistnar. Let's not leave them anything up here. If I raise a Herdstone here, we're never going to complete it, so I don't... Yeah, there's not really a reason. Okay, we have reached a Savage Rampage. So, that is a... A full-sized army that's in terrible shape. They must have been suffering a lot of sea attrition, I'm assuming. I don't know what to make of that. Very weird. So we'll use the beach here to launch into the ocean next turn. We probably actually are better off sailing south. It's hard to know.
I have no time, so make...
Okay, 10 settlements in total. And yeah, I guess that makes sense. They've carved out this little area. It shouldn't, I think, take too long for us to just burn all that back down. If we put up a herdstone at the city of Quintex, yeah, we should be able to make this whole area uninhabitable pretty quickly. He's going to win that coin flip someday. I actually think I want you to get in the water. Okay, there's some elf stuff over here. Maybe we need to turn people around. Because I can't just let there be elf stuff, obviously. You know what, maybe, actually, Torox and Gallic are gonna sail past the cape here anyway. So we may as well, they'll handle it. It's under control. That's embarrassing for Lewin. And yeah, I guess we'll just hit her on the ocean. I guess they must have sailed out from that island to the north. They clearly have suffered some pretty serious attrition damage. And their intention was to raid Britonia? I don't know. That doesn't seem like a real strategy to me. But then again, there's probably plenty of people in the audience who have been saying that about what I'm doing the whole game, so who am I to judge? So at this point, I think it really does just come down to plant the flag in Hexoatl and plant the flag in Altdorf. I have not looked at our number of won battles in a while, but it's got to be more than 150, right? Yeah, okay. Actually, it's not that much more. We actually just passed that this episode then. So, to Altdorf. Now, unfortunately, we cannot be stealthy on the ocean, which is a real danger. Also, apparently, we can't get in the water very effectively. I guess we're just going to hang out here. Having ocean scouting is even more important than having normal scouting. So, yeah, I guess we sail north and hit this island. Because I would like to conclude this other chapter. So you know what, actually, I think we're going to do is we're going to have Morgar and Kazrak push over to here, make landing near, like, Skeggy, and we'll start working on these Dark Elves from the south. Get in the water. So Army's just like, no, I don't wanna. Okay, so we should be able to just push to Hexoatl pretty quickly, and we don't have to go any further south. So, what do Malagor and Akbar even do then? Because they're not really needed for any more elf stuff. Elf stuff is under control. I guess that means they get in the water over here. We should probably put you in a movement mode that allows that to happen. Yeah, I guess. All right, let's go get some more actual information about the locations of armies and stuff. Yeah, I am very curious how all this is going to go. Are you really going to try to attack Lioness with that army? Okay. Maybe it doesn't have a fully built up garrison, and that army is like shredded. 8 units of polearm guys that have 1 polearm guy each in them. And remember, we don't have to actually defeat the Empire in any kind of thorough sense, not even as thorough a sense as we have defeated these Dark Elves. We really we just have to sweep in and take over their capital for a single turn. And we will immediately win. So we don't need to sort of construct invasion infrastructure the way we have before by like making sure we're forming a reasonable wedge and really clearing people out on both sides. It could just be one targeted strike if they'll let us get that deep. Alright, you wield the power of Cain's might. The sword strikes terror in all your enemies. On the battlefield you reap a mighty toll as foes fall before the blade with ease. Yet nightmares torment your soul, and a sickness leeches into your lands. Yet no, that was my doing. I put that there. Perhaps it is wiser to relinquish such power. You will be weaker, feebler, but is it not a price worth paying to becalm your dreams? No, absolutely not. So... public order doesn't matter to us. Diplomatic relations, yeah, not important. And the Sword of Cain will grow in power. Hell yeah. Even better. Look at how good it is. 25% damage reduction. Just flat 25% all types. 30 melee attack. Torox, you terrifying monster. Everything about this sword getting better is good for us. And you now have literally every single yellow point you're allowed to have. Okay, well... guess let's start grabbing the other stuff. Yeah, we're not really even that maybe it's worth getting on land and carving a swath through Bretonia just so that we'll be able to move faster. Can you not get on land anywhere around here? There you go. Okay. Malekith and Hellebrand are both here. What's the size of Lioness's garrison? Okay, only 11 units. They didn't actually build defensive structures. So I guess everything that's about to happen is 100% their fault. Oh, and there's Marathi. Just waiting to receive us. I feel so much less powerful on the ocean. None of our normal tricks are functional. It's a bad feeling. I don't like it. I guess... no, just get... I want in the water. I do think we should stay together. A single Beastmen army out on the water is a recipe for disaster. So what does this area look like? That is Lizardmen architecture. That seems like a pretty special city. All right, well, this is the part I don't like. They can see us. They can like make actual decisions about how to approach me, and no, it doesn't sit right with me. Well, we found the place they've been keeping all of their armies. I do appreciate, though, that, like, Malekith is heading inland and making for the shadows as quickly as he can. It feels respectful, you know? So, I mean, do we want to stop off and crush these armies, or do I want to... Britonia can probably handle them, right? I really don't want to make any more stops. I want to just ride off. Pretty sure those pirate armies cannot attack that settlement. It is technically on land, up on those rocks. The pirates are only a danger to people who are actually in the ocean. Leadership up or bestial rage up. I do not think this matters. And again, of course, no bonus movement rate. Wow, only a 20% chance, huh? I clicked before I even actually read it. So here's Alberic. I probably should just ignore all this stuff. It really, if we're just trying to win, I probably should just ignore all this stuff, sail around, and head to Altdorf. Let the Bretonians and the Dark Elves wipe each other out. Oh, hey, it's a pirate. Oh, also, it's kind of a lot of Bretonians.
Landfolk are weak.
Well, this is kind of a real vampirate army. And they're all max level. I mean, there's no way, right? There's no way they can take both of our stacks. So Skeggy has no real garrison. I'm a little worried that if I get one of these armies on land, there won't be room to put the other one up on land. Here, try to get this under control. So if Morgar encircles Skeggy, then that'll mean Skeggy doesn't have a zone of control anymore, and so I think Kazrak should be able to land. Hopefully. Okay, there we go. And once again, Marathi terribly embarrassed. Seems to be her lot in life. So, we'll get through this pretty quickly. Yeah, it really is at this point just about getting an army to Altdorf, or realistically, multiple armies to Altdorf. So, I guess we will just ignore all the Dark Elf nonsense. You don't get any points for thoroughness, or at all, because this is not a game where there are points. Alright, just kind of sail vaguely in the direction of the stuff that's happening. You get down here and scout Hexawaddle for me. Okay, it looks like they've left it empty and they've built no defensive structures. Why, that's downright kind of them. So we may as well claim our rampage rewards. I don't think we're going to lose our rampage. Torox just doesn't feel like he can rampage appropriately on a boat. Okay, we managed to push the two Dark Elf factions into combining into one. Wow. I can't believe he won that battle. Well, I mean, good for him. The whole planet's about to be unlivable due to beast stink, but he's really doing it. So I think what we probably will do with these two armies, honestly, is just park them at Hexawaddle. I don't know that we even necessarily need to keep clearing things out after we take it. We could just sit around the hex stone, or the herd stone, and make sure nobody messes with it while we wait for Torox to go and complete the final leg of the journey. I'm really curious if those pirates are going to attack us. It's not a good idea, but they may be too bloodthirsty to restrain themselves. Kind of amazing they never attack each other. I mean, I guess it's for the best, because obviously if they did attack each other, there'd be very few of them left to menace the player by the time the player actually got to the ocean. Alright. The pirates have decided maybe best to just ignore me. I have to say, I think they're probably right about that one. So we sail faster as long as we stay close to the coast. Oh, wow. Okay. That is more dark elves than I was expecting.
No. Relent now.
We may get attacked in a very serious way here. Obviously, there's nothing like long-term at stake, but this would be an annoying way to lose an army. So where did that Bretonian fleet go? The Bordelos fleet. I feel like we lost sight of him, and he never re-emerged. Wow, you can't get anywhere. Why on earth are you so slow? I guess there's not really much for you to do at this point. Okay, good job, solid work. Yeah, I have some concerns. This is why you're supposed to move your scouts first. This exact thing. Ak can... I don't know. Alright, let's see if we are about to get triple teamed by elf armies. To be clear, I don't know that they win. It's certainly the best shot they've ever had, but they honestly, I think there's a pretty good chance they would still lose that battle. And yeah, apparently they do too. Because they would only have a pretty small numbers advantage on us. It'd be like 46-40 in terms of raw unit count. But then on top of that, they have to deal with the fact that my units are so incredibly overwhelmingly powerful. Hi. Well, that's bad luck for you that you were doing that. Weird. I have to say, I'm very impressed with the progress that the Dark Elves have made while having to deal with first the High Elves and then also with me. Like, they lost their initial lands and really have never even had a chance at regaining control of them, but they've done a good job of just sort of like picking up and settling elsewhere. They managed to get their troop infrastructure reestablished at some point. They have like real units and stuff. They're really doing it. So unfortunately, we still have quite a way to go here. I think we passed all of the Empire factions already, right? I didn't actually see where we are, balance of power wise, relative to the men of the Empire. But I guess it doesn't really matter in an overall sense. The only thing that matters is the troops that they have kept right on top of the capital. Okay, this time we're going to do the thing in a semi-intelligent fashion. Scout, go first. Get me some vision. Okay, actually not like very useful. Let's make sure we're staying together. So this is the mouth of the river, right? Yeah. It might make more sense to make landfall over here and, like I said, set up a herdstone just so that we have something to fall back to in case stuff goes a little weird. So this is Morgur. Morgur was pushing up toward that thing. And I mean, like, Morgur gets Hexawaddle, right? This is 100% free. That is the short campaign victory. No. None of this. Get out of here. I was baffled for a moment there. We're not playing for the short victory. We're playing that long victory. It's not actually that different, it turns out. Yeah, specialist. So the actual difference. Short victory required fewer battles. You still have to get all the Marks of Ruination, still have to fall a man, but you only have to take the stuff that's in the northwest corner of the map. This one requires you to go much further south and much further east. It's cool. We got it. Kazrak, burn this down so that we can pull the ritual. Okay. There we go. I think they're going to have a much harder time taking it back from us this time. So, does Kazrak need... Yeah, I guess we'll take the melee defense. Like, I was just thinking, like, he does a lot of charging in and then running away. He doesn't stand and fight very much, but... It's only 2 skill points. It's probably worth it. Is our other army... No, we're not gonna... We are not going to end our move in attack range or reinforcement range. May as well just keep sailing. There are so many more Minotaurs coming. They had no idea. Ak the Rat Eater is not going to make level 40 before the game ends on account of what a terrible job he did of leveling up in the early game. It's got to be embarrassing. Oh, hey, there's Lewin. I don't know what the hell is going on around here. Well, it looks to me like the Bretonnians are about to lose their kingdom. Wait, did she decide not to actually... Huh. They ran off the reinforcing army and then just backed up. See, this is why I'm not afraid of the AI revolution. Computers are tremendously bad at committing to things and sticking to the plan. So yeah, for the moment it seems like the Dark Elves are content to just sort of like faff around and not be a threat to anyone in any way, which suits me just fine. I am noticing little colored bits on the map here. What is this? Are there people living in my jungle? Did I leave tiny little bits of jungle unblighted? The zones that we have put down the actual herdstones in are colored in, but they're colored in a sort of a brown color. Who dares? Who would have the audacity? It basically has to be someone who doesn't have a nose, right? A faction of people, all of whom have no noses. The Terrors of the Dark Straits have declared war on me, which is... I didn't realize that the pirate factions were not automatically at war with everyone. Huh. And this is also colored in... I mean, these are the colors that these factions were. I guess it just never really erased them from the map when we removed their last settlements. Weird. All right, well. We have only a single objective left, and we're kind of within striking distance of it, but this is actually still several turns worth of travel, and a lot of stuff could go wrong, so I'm not going to try to stretch and do it this episode. This is going to be it for us for today, and thank you all so much for watching. And when you come back next time, tomorrow, Torox finally strikes at the heart of the Empire of Man. And we'll see you then.